Welcome to the Shine the Way podcast. I'm your host, Jake Blake, and I am excited to go down the podcasting road, mainly because I'm going to get the opportunity to sit down with some of my favorite people, and that's coaches. I coach myself, and I thoroughly enjoy all aspects of coaching, the good and the bad. You can grow from both, and the point of this podcast is to sit down with them, talk to them about what got them into coaching, what's their why do they coach, why do they continue to coach, and how do they shine the way for their student athletes. I pondered the name quite a bit and ultimately ended up on Shine the Way. And the way I got there is two reasons, really. First, one of my favorite verses in the Bible, Matthew 5:14 through 16, is one that has been something that I've held on to for quite some time. That particular verse is the one about, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." That particular verse is something that I had put on the back of shooting shirts for my Thunder basketball teams, and I also challenged some of the students, in this case, student or young athletes, the youth, to see if they could memorize it. Obviously, I couldn't. I had at one point, but I don't anymore. But it's something that I believe, as I have coached multiple sports, multiple groups of kids, every kid has a light. They all have a light that they should shine, and as my job as a coach is to help them be able to shine that light in the aspect of the sport, but also just in life. And so that's one of the reasons I came up with Shine the Way. The other one is a little bit more personable. It's something that I didn't see coming, and honestly, nobody did. A friend of mine, Ben Crable, who has been a blessing to me in my coaching career, a mentor to me, he had something that I don't think him or his wife Erin ever thought they'd have to deal with. But their 23-year-old son Chase was having trouble breathing. They went in, got checked out, and everything seemed okay. Got put on an antibiotic and got better. A couple weeks later, it was back again. He was really struggling, working out, doing things, and ultimately went down to KU, where they found out that he was going to be a 23-year-old needing a heart transplant. And talk about a way to be put into a dark moment. But, to Chase's credit, he is strong in his faith. He continued to shine the way to every person that entered the room. And regardless of what he was about to go through, he didn't let that impact how he interacted with anyone. He was the one cheering everyone up, making sure that they were having a good day. And just as I was walking my morning walks with Shaq and Barkley, it just hit me that was that's what this is about. This is what I feel coaches do. I believe that coaches, while we all look at the wins and the losses, we also need to remember that they are there to help these young men and women, children, grow. And hearing that from a 23-year-old that's facing a life-altering moment, and that he continued to uplift not only the doctors, the nurses, the janitors, his parents, his siblings, he even had it in him to uplift a random neighbor named Chuck. And if anybody can uplift a guy named Chuck, then it's got to be part of the reason why I named this Shine the Way. Now, while those two items may not seem something coach-related, maybe more faith-based or what have you, doesn't mean this will or it won't be faith-based. That's going to be up to each individual coach what drives them, what leads them, and even if they don't talk about their faith, it doesn't mean it isn't a big integral part. Maybe it's just not their main reason why. And so I don't want you to hear my reasons, because that is a big reason why I coach, but I also coach because I was coached by my father, and it was something that was a no-brainer for me. I was always going to be involved in my children's sports one way or another. And so we have an exciting guest that's going to be our first person. Somebody that I reached out to the very first moment I decided to do this. But before I give you a little teaser on that, I do want to say a couple of thank yous. First of all, thank you to Ben Grable. He's helped me with the technology side of things, as I am very black and white with technology. It either works or it doesn't. There's no middle, there's no gray, and more often than not, it doesn't work, and I get pretty frustrated. And also, I'd like to thank Brad Johnson, who has his own podcast. It's the DBDL podcast, Do Business, Do Life podcast. It's a wonderful podcast that he's been doing for quite some time, and so I reached out to him to pick his brain on what I should and shouldn't do in the podcasting world, and I really appreciate that from Brad. And lastly, these three right here, they've been a big support trying to help me through this, running through some test podcasts and different things, and maybe one day I'll release a blooper reel of some of them or something. But anyway, thank you to those and to anyone else that has told me to give it a go. And if you have a coach or someone in the coaching realm, it doesn't even have to be a sport. Maybe it's a fitness trainer or a business coach. I would love to sit down with them and talk to them and learn their why. So now, on to who's going to be our first guest and who will be on the first episode. And it's somebody that I've coached against, coached with, consider him a dear friend, and admire the way he runs his DeSoto Lady Wildcats basketball program. And one of these days I'll be able to get it out there, but it's going to be Coach Ryan Roby. So look forward to that. I'm on all the social media platforms, and thank you.